They had su'u dhan billahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. They thought evil thoughts of God. They said, God, we submitted to your religion and now look what you're doing to us. Our lives are finished, we are destroyed, we are over. And the Rasulullah says, who is going to face off against Amr ibn Abd Wud? They're all frightened, scared, shaking in their boots, except for Amir al-Mu'mineen. Sit down, O Ali. Give your companions a chance. Who is going to face off against Amr ibn Abd Wud? Of course, Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, he stands. Sit down, O Ali. There may be others here who wish for this honor. He asks him one final time. Rasulullah gives him his turban and he faces off against this great gladiator who is known in history for having killed 1,000 men with his own bare hands. He jumps across the trench. He kills his own horse. He says, I'm not leaving this side of the trench until I kill all of you or you kill me. So the Imam, and by the way, Amir al-Mu'mineen was not a very tall man. The narrations say he was big, he was strong, but he was not towering. Rasulullah was taller than him. Amr ibn Abd Wud was like a Goliath. But Amir al-Mu'mineen, he's the first to speak, and he says, I give you 3 options. Option number 1 is accept Islam. Amr ibn Abd Wud, he says, I've spent so much money on the sword and the shield. I don't want to waste my money. He says, okay, then if you don't want to accept Islam, then go from here. Ahlul Bayt were not warmongers. They did not want to fight. They did not want to kill. Peace was the better option, and they tried to take that. Amr ibn Abd Wud, he says that the women of my tribe, they will be embarrassed if I go from here. So then Amir al-Mu'mineen says, okay, if that is the case, then your third option is to fight me. You know the story. He fights, a cloud of dust is risen into the air, and when that cloud of dust dissipates, Amir al-Mu'mineen is towering above the body of Amr ibn Abd Wud. Imam Ali is about to do justice to Amr ibn Abd Wud when he spits upon the face of Mawla Ali alayhi salatu salam. Do you understand whose face this is? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls Amir al-Mu'mineen Wajhullah. This is the face of God. Allah doesn't have a physical face, but He has His representatives who, if you want to know what God thinks, what God feels, you can't go look at God's face because we have eyes that are limited. We have intellects that are very limited and small. You look at the face of Amir al-Mu'mineen, you look at the face of Lady Fatima Zahra. If she's happy, you know Allah is happy. If they are upset, if they're sad, you know how Allah feels about it. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he has spit upon his face. He puts his sword back in its sheath and he turns his back. He lets him die on his own accord. When asked, why did you do this, O Ali? He says that when I went to strike him, I was going to strike him for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when he spit upon my face, I knew that if I struck him, it would be because of my anger. And jihad al-nafs, I do battle with my soul. I controlled it and I kept it down because I don't serve Ali. I serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why Rasulullah, he says about this strike of Ali, he says, Darbatu Ali yawm al-Khandaq. The strike of Ali on the day of Khandaq, afdalu min ibadat al-thaqalain. It is more valuable than all of the worship of all of the humankind and all of the jinns jami'ah put together. Now do we understand what ibadah is? This up and down yoga that we do, which unfortunately it's because, we're thinking about our jobs, our careers, what's on Netflix. It's hard to imagine someone like me even having one rak'ah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That we think, mashallah, look how pious I am. I hope everyone's looking at me. This is not qurba, this is not ibadah. This is an obligation. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He fixes our ibadah. But ibadah, inshallah, is more than that. It is following the path of Ahlul Bayt. We rise to the occasion to defend the truth, the oppressed, Islam. We go to the musalla, inshallah. We go to the masajids, we serve the Husayniyas, we vacuum the floors, we serve the azadar of Imam Hussein. These are all examples of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'mineen wal mu'minat wal muslimeen wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك على كل شيء قدير. Recite salawat, please. ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا أبو القاسم المصطفى محمد. السلام على الأئمة المسلمين أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب والحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي. السلام على الحجة بن الحسن القائم المهدي صلوات الله عليهم أجمعين. اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صلاة الجمعة. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.